Welcome to PX Multifamily, Multifamily's only audio-video people experience podcast, brought to you by the Multifamily Media Network. I'm your host, Mary Gwynn, and I'm on a mission to improve the multifamily people experience by improving what people experience. Tune in for content focused on how to positively impact people. That's our team members, our residents, supplier partners, and our clients. Everything is about the people experience.
Hey everybody, I have some exciting news. In our annual Swift Bunny Employee Engagement Survey, 94% of our employees responded. 94%! Now, I'm not bragging here, but stick with me for the next 10 minutes and let's talk about how to get the most employee feedback and why. Hey, I'm Mary Gwynn, host of PX Multifamily, the People Experience podcast, and a proud part of the Multifamily Media Network. You know, we always love it with a resident survey if we even get 20% of residents to respond. And I know the industry standard for responding to employee engagement surveys is closer to like 35 or 40%. Some survey platforms say a 60 to 80% response rate is considered good for employee engagement surveys. So we're tickled pink that 94% of our employees responded. Now, I'm definitely not saying we're perfect or we do everything right, and I'm really not. Ultimately, it's not the how many responses; it's what they say and what you do with it. So I'm not fooled. But why would so many people respond? I think that generally people respond to employee surveys where they work. One, if they trust their employer, in other words, they trust that if they say something bad, there's not going to be a witch hunt or any negative repercussions. And number two is that they trust if they say something bad, that nothing's going to come back on them. And I hope that really it's because of number three, that they trust we're going to listen to their feedback and do something about it. That we're going to listen to the feedback and actually make a change, move the dial, make the workplace a better place to work. When you send a survey, any survey, the recipients need to feel their opinion will actually be listened to and some kind of action taken as needed. The worst thing we can do on any survey is, well, nothing, or do it with a ridiculously delayed response. Like I participated in a restaurant survey and I seldom, if I have negative feedback for a survey or a review or anything, I just seldom will ever give it because I know what it feels like on the other end to get a negative review or something. I'd rather just not respond at all. But one time I had such a bad experience at a restaurant. I felt that business needed to know. It didn't look like it was going to be a one-off. It looked like something endemic that they needed to know about so they could fix it. Well, I responded to the survey and then I got a response 6 months later, an apology for the really bad experience. And what it made me feel is really that they weren't paying attention, and I kinda got annoyed all over again about the negative experience. So waiting and not responding promptly can backfire on you. But and of course, it doesn't increase the potential for a response rate or not at least a pleasant one. So to increase your response rate, if you survey people, give both the good and the bad of what you heard and what you're going to do about it. We're going to do more of this, but we're going to stop doing this. Or we are going to look into this because you don't like it and we need to figure it out. So tell them what you're going to do about it. Then do it. Take the action. Then tell them you did it. Don't assume they know. You can't assume. It's kind of the old marketing rule. Tell somebody you're going to do something, do it, and then tell them you did it. That gets you the credibility that people will stop and take the time and take your survey. Do you want employee feedback? Absolutely. Is more better? Well, I think so. Some people think they can extrapolate from a fewer people's responses. Like, I'm always amazed when I see political poll results, like how many people approve the president or disapprove the president. I just for sake of this podcast, I wanted to just see what the rating for the presidents were. And his approval rate varied from 31% to 87%, 7 different surveys with all scores there and in between. But each poll only asked 1,000 to 1,500 people. So how accurate can that be? Well, obviously it can't be that accurate because there was such a disparity in the results, 31 to 87. How do you make a decision? How do you fix anything with that kind of disparity? So I really think the more potential responses you get, the better response rate, the less skewed your data. So that said, uh, aim for, if I were you, I'd aim for 80 to 90% for a small company. And I did look on AI too, and it said why high participation matters. The higher response rates decrease the margin for error, ensuring the results truthfully reflect the entire employee population rather than just a vocal minority. So if you're reaching for 80 to 90%, you know your conclusions from the data are going to be much more reliable and help you make more data-driven decisions. So I have to applaud Suzanne D., our Director of Team Engagement. She did a great job of encouraging participation. Pre-rollout, she sent packages to all the properties. We happen to use Swift Bunny platform, and so it's real easy to theme off it. So she sent a package of bunny treats, bunny chocolates, bunny shaped animal crackers, bunny pens, all sorts of things bunny, even bunny little squeeze toys, all the different things, all things bunny. And on our weekly town hall building up to the survey, we did different things. One of our team members loves to wear a bunny suit. And he'll be in videos. I mean, we just try to do things that encourage people and make it first in mind. And then another thing Suzanne did that I thought was really great was she had uh, for those who send a selfie on the first day of the survey, a selfie with the background that shows completion of the survey, not what they put or anything, but it's just a, yay, you completed the survey. Anybody who sent a selfie with that would be shown on a video on Town Hall, and there were so many people who did it. I think over 100 people did it, and they all got a little thank you gift card. It doesn't incentivize the scores. You don't want to do that ever, ever, ever. You don't want to incentivize what they say, but you want to get them to say it. So she did all these different things to encourage participation. And don't just take it from me. I'm twisting her arm to be a guest on a future podcast to talk about employee feedback. So be on the lookout. She is the expert. She's actually spoken on different webinars about really boosting employee engagement. Well, it's great to get all the feedback. It's great to get it. 94%. Yay! But most important is to look at it with intention. So since the survey results came out, we've spoken about it on Town Hall. We've met at least weekly to work on our first quarter objectives from the survey, not just talk about it, but to work on it. We let the team know what our priorities from the survey are and what we're doing about them. And after the first quarter objectives are completed, we'll survey again to see if we achieve the goals. And then rinse and repeat. We'll keep doing it over and over till we get across the finish line and really achieve the goals. That said, it is true. Some of the feedback hurt my feelings. We encourage comments and all that. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Not necessarily everyone will agree with how we do things or what they'll point out things that we think we're doing well and that they don't think we are. Like this year, one of the areas we fell down on our survey and got some good, honest feedback that again hurt my feelings, but we need to fix it. An area we slipped this year was in our employee onboarding. We got feedback that when people started on day one, we try to get them to start in our home office so that we can get them logged in, get all the paperwork done, get them signed up for insurance, all the things, and be consistent in how we do training and especially on our property management system and some of the nuances that fit our company that you don't need to be on property to do. So we try to have everybody start here at the home office. Well, it looks like we've fallen down and on the day people started, the computers, like even last week, one of the computers that we were onboarding somebody, it was going through 10 years worth of updates. So they had to wait, and a lot of their time was wasted while the computer finished the updates. Well, they're here, they're feeling like we're not prepared, we're not ready for them. And there are simple fixes to fix things like that. But we wouldn't know how that impacted how the employee felt. They felt we were disorganized. They felt it was chaotic. The computer wasn't ready. They couldn't do their login. All those things. Those were the feedback. But if we don't know they're given that feedback, we can't fix it. Well, so we love even the feedback that tells us we're not doing as well as we could or should be. So, if you don't know a problem, if you don't know there is a problem, you can't fix it. So, employee engagement surveys are the bomb. They are the big deal to get as many people's feedback as you can. Again, how do you do that? You have to be intentional. You have to, A, have people trust that it's anonymous. B, trust that you're going to do something with it, and C, they have to know there won't be any negative repercussions. If anything, they're going to see positive repercussions as you fix what they talk about. Well, we're thrilled, and I hope you can understand why we're celebrating. 94% participated in our survey. That many people who trust us to let their feedback be anonymous, to take their feedback and do something positive with it to make their employee workplace better. Are you listening to your employee feedback? Well, thank you for joining me, Mary Gwynn, host of the PX Multifamily People Experience podcast. Thanks for being here, a proud part of the Multifamily Media Network. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for listening today. Did we accomplish the mission? Did we improve what people experience in the multifamily space? What are your thoughts on this important topic? I hope you'll share your thoughts in the comments or email me directly, mary@aptdynamics.com. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Want to hear other industry speakers whose goal is to bring along the next generation of leaders? Then just log on to multifamilymedianetwork.com, where you'll hear from some of the most innovative voices in the industry. Thanks again for joining me, Mary Gwynn, on PX Multifamily, the People Experience podcast.